Welcome to the AI Agents 24/7 AI Governance Learning Pathway. As a California nonprofit, our mission is literally all about helping you move from absolute confusion to confident, governed action. And in Inspection 2, we're taking the next big step with an internal audit walkthrough. Today, we're going to simulate a full internal audit. We're going to take what is usually a super stressful concept and transform it into a really powerful tool for your success. So let's just jump right in. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Welcome to AI governance. 2. The internal audit mindset. 3. The audit timeline walkthrough. 4. Findings and final report. And 5. Your internal audit kit.
Section 1. Welcome to AI governance. Laying the groundwork.
Section 2. The internal audit mindset as a tool for empowerment. Okay, so the second most people hear the word audit, right, there's this immediate, almost instinctive spike in anxiety. People get defensive, they worry about their jobs, or they feel like they're being cross-examined on a witness stand. But we need to dismantle that fear right now. Because governance, it isn't just about writing a policy and tossing it in a drawer somewhere. It's about active, ongoing verification. And that brings us to the actual definition of what we're doing today. An internal audit walkthrough is a scheduled simulation. It's designed to safely uncover weaknesses before an external auditor or a regulator ever knocks on your door. Think of it like a proactive health check, a protective sandbox where your team can practice, learn, and identify critical gaps without any real-world penalties. The whole point here is to create a controlled environment where you are fully in charge of the narrative. You see, the biggest myth in corporate governance is that an audit is a surprise attack on your staff, like it's some sort of gotcha moment designed to punish people for making mistakes. Well, the reality? An internal audit shouldn't be a surprise attack on your staff. It is a transparent, fair, structured, and scheduled event designed to uncover weaknesses in a safe environment. We're evaluating the systems, the workflows, the technology. We are not attacking the individuals. When you shift your organization's mindset to actually embrace this reality, you build immense psychological safety. And why does that matter? Well, because psychological safety leads to more honest reporting, better risk mitigation, and just a resilient culture of continuous, fearless improvement. Section 3. The audit timeline walkthrough step-by-step simulation. Now that we've got the right supportive mindset established, let's actually execute a chronological walkthrough of how the simulation plays out from start to finish. We are covering how to define your audit scope and criteria, basically drawing the boundaries around what specific AI systems or departments we're inspecting. Next, we make a formal evidence request to gather that necessary documentation and paper trail. Then, we conduct stakeholder interviews to understand the human element behind all that data. And finally, we log your findings and generate a final report. By breaking the simulation down into these specific, highly predictable steps, you strip away the mystery completely. Your staff knows exactly what's coming, and they understand exactly what is expected of them. Look at the audit timeline on your screen right now. Mapping those exact steps across a standard 4-week schedule is absolutely crucial for success. Day 1 is dedicated entirely to defining the scope. Week 1 is for evidence gathering. Week 2 is for the interviews. Week 3 for logging the findings. And Week 4 brings it all together for the final report. Having a standard timeline ensures the process is transparent and fair. Think about what happens without a set schedule, right? People feel rushed, mistakes get hidden, and the audit becomes a huge source of stress rather than a tool for improvement. By locking in a predictable pace, nobody's caught off guard, and everyone gets a clear, respectful window to participate safely and accurately. Section 4. Findings and Final Report. Turning data into action. A simulation is truly only as good as the documentation it produces. Take a look at the report outline on your screen, along with that timeline we just discussed. Navigating this process requires us to ground abstract concepts into a very concrete structural output. This is where we transition from just gathering data to creating tangible insights. By systematically breaking down the scope, detailing the evidence logs, and clearly outlining the gap analysis in corresponding sections, you're building a comprehensive narrative of your AI infrastructure. This unified, structured report is exactly what you'll ultimately hand to your board of directors or your executive team. It decisively proves that you aren't just guessing about your AI readiness or hoping for the best. You've actively tested, simulated, and documented your organizational maturity. Section 5. Your internal audit kit. Tools for resolution. So, we've talked through the mindset, we mapped out the timeline, and outlined the report structure. Now we need to move into direct application, because robust governance requires practical tools. Prepare your team for this critical process by downloading the internal audit kit from the description below. This kit literally contains everything you need to execute the exact simulation we just walked through today. Don't wait on this. Take this tangible step to empower your leaders and start protecting your organization's future right now. Proactive governance is fundamentally about making sure you are always the first to know your own vulnerabilities. Think about the stakes involved here. When an organization fails to conduct an internal audit, they are flying blind. They usually end up discovering their weaknesses during a massive public failure, a data breach, or a harsh regulatory crackdown. You have a really distinct choice to make today. You can operate within the boundaries of a safe, supportive internal simulation where you control the outcomes, or you can just cross your fingers and wait for the inevitable consequences to surface on their own. You now have the mindset, the timeline, and the tools to run a successful walkthrough. Be sure to download today's practical output and proceed to the next explainer in the pathway to continue building your foundation. But before you go, I want to leave you with this final thought. Seriously, who is going to find your AI weaknesses first? Will it be your own team, catching flaws in a safe, controlled simulation? Or will it be external regulators and the public when it is already far too late?